And here we go. What is going? How's it going, buddy? Okay. So, yeah, it looks like we just got the trailer that was released for Clayface. We only got some posters that were revealed a little bit ago, but October 23rd. Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, how much James Gunn influence is this going to have? I honestly have no idea, but there's a trailer. We have a trailer. We are going to watch this trailer right now. Okay. Let us take a look see. Teaser. Definitely looks like this could be something pretty freaking interesting, I'm going to say. Even I could admit I'm not going to be the most savvy man when it comes to Clayface, but all right. Well, let's see what you're going to do, James Gunn. 'Cause it looks like we're going to have James Watkins is going to be directing this. Let's see what James has done for work. Eden Lake, McMafia, Speak No Evil. Okay. Huh. And the Woman in Black. Okay, so it looks like this guy's got a shtick for the horror world. Poster doesn't look too bad. I'll give it that. Now, what can I say that I know is Clayface is generally supposed to be the pretty boy. And yeah, it looks like we're gonna be okay. Huh. Well, that looks like this is just gonna be very interesting now, doesn't it? All right. Oh, James Gunn, what are you going to do? That's going to be my biggest question now at this point. I think from what we've seen of James Gunn at this point, the guy has lost the trust of a lot of people. James Gunn just has fuck the pooch, which let's face it, knowing this guy, he probably does in a lot of ways. Could be causing a lot of issues. And if we were going to be having, let's see, who is playing our Clayface here? Could be having the take. Let us take a look. Nope, he is not going to be it. Get your freaking shit face off my fucking stream. Tom Reese Harris. Well, let's just do this, shall we? Let us take a look. Eddie Marsan. Hmm. And there we go. There we go. Clayface. This might actually be pretty interesting, given all things considered that we've seen from James Gunn. And let's face it, I'm not gonna lie, James Gunn has screwed the pooch on a lot of shit. Because when it comes to everything that he's done with Clayface, and let's face it, the DCU in general, he has just screwed the freaking pooch. So, that being said, I think we're gonna have a lot of issues with this movie because James Gunn has done a lot of crap when it comes to just playing with the universe. And now it's gonna be setting in the Batman world. What are they setting up? Because James Gunn has okay, you have Matt Reeves Batman. All right. Matt Reeves Batman with Barry Keoghan as the Joker. Separate Elseworlds from James Gunn's universe. So, how's that going to fit in? That's what I want to know. Because if it's one thing that James Gunn likes to do, hold on here. There we go. All right. James Gunn doesn't know how to keep an audience. James Gunn does not know how to captivate the viewers. After everything that we saw already with Superman, and he's already shooting Man of Tomorrow. Like he's doing that now. He's gonna have a really hard time trying to find anybody at this point that thinks that he's gonna be able to what break the mark. No, James Gunn's biggest issue is himself. He does not know how to let go. He does not know how to have people stop banging his wife. Apparently, so we take a look back at everything James has done. Let's face it, Supergirl. No one is looking forward to Supergirl. All right, that's just the way it is. And if we go back to the trailer, let's look at this one more time and see what's going on here. Okay, October 23rd. That's got James Gunn. Yeah. So we got James Gunn doing James Gunn stuff here already. And I know he's not directing this movie, but let's face it, we all know that James Gunn is going to have direct involvement in this no matter what. Okay, fine. Let's try and say we're going to give James Gunn the benefit of the doubt on this. Well, I think this is going to be depending a lot on how James Gunn is going to honestly correct himself, if at all, because Man of Tomorrow is going to depict James Gunn's future. If Man of Tomorrow does anything remotely close of what is his Superman did, he's done. He's going to be done at that point. That's the way James Gunn has operated. That's the way James Gunn has decided to just continue his legacy at this point. And you know what? It hasn't worked out for him. Okay. I hate to be the bearer of bad news on a lot of things, but what James Gunn has honestly done at this point, it's not going to work. He can attempt to come back from everything that he's done, but James Gunn is not capable of getting out of his own way. He's just not now at this point. So if we take James Gunn's, all right, and we go back and we look, here we go. James Gunn, this is what, look, he's not directing this, and I understand that. But he's going to have direct involvement in it. Direct involvement in this. Fuck me, I can't talk. He's going to have direct involvement. I am doing good, buddy. Still getting a freaking handle on this streaming thing, but you know what? I'm doing it. Still recovering from surgery, so I had time to get on here the past couple of weeks, so I can now get this stuff underway. Look, do I think this is going to be the best movie in the world? No. The DC universe right now is all over the place. You have Matt Reeves' Batman, which is taking place Elseworlds. Okay, that's going to be in its own separate world. You had Penguin had no right being as awesome as it was. That throws James Gunn's world off completely. Then you have it finish off with the Batman, which pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was a good movie. Had Barry Keoghan's Joker in it. Now we have Clayface. Is Clayface going to be taking place in Matt Reeves' world? Or is this going to be taking place in James Gunn's world? I am probably going to say that this is going to be taking place in James Gunn's main universe. He wants to try to deter as much attention away from, from Matt Reeves' universe as much as possible. That's what he's just going to try and do. Look, he's got the potential to try and make good movies. He has the potential because now let's face it, the ragtag group of misfits, he just can't do anymore. It doesn't work. James Gunn has shown in Creature Commandos, Guardians of the Galaxy, Suicide Squad, and even Superman that it doesn't work. Not every movie needs to be a group of the ragtag misfits, but that's all James Gunn knows how to do. He just can't do it any other way. He has tried, and it's just fucking failed. Did anybody ask for Creature Commandos? Honestly, no, you didn't. And if I am wrong on that in any way, shape, or form, let me know. All right. Let me honestly know. Because what we're trying to see James Gunn do at this point is just recover. And he has not. James Gunn is incapable of getting out of his own way to try and make his movies. He hasn't done it. And he's incapable of doing so. Every single time he has tried, work for the guy. So this is what you're going to be left with. Yeah, not bad. I think this could be pretty good. Am I going to give James Gunn the benefit of the doubt? No, no, I'm not. But all right, let's take a look see here. DC Studios has released the trailer for Clayface, which is going to hit theaters on October 23rd. The horror film, which is directed by James Watkins, not James Gunn, by the way, but we all know how that's going to go, will track the origins of a shape shifting villain played by Tom Reese Harry's Clayface, who starts as a struggling actor, Matt Hagen. Receives a highly experimental medical procedure after his face is disfigured in a knife attack. Although the experiment is successful at first, things ultimately didn't go as planned, as the actor's body turns into clay that reshapes itself into anyone's appearance. Just put me as Sydney Sweeney's boyfriend at that point, and we'll be good. We'll be fine. DC Studios gave theater owners the first look at the trailer during this year's CinemaCon. It opens with Matt in the hospital with a dead and bloody bandaged face. After being attacked by a knife wielding assailant, he's injected with the mysterious chemicals which grant him shape shifting powers. We'll see Matt's morph in rapid succession, showing him without a mouth or eyes at some point. So if we go back to the trailer, and I will play this again, we can see it already after the knife attack. Okay. So that means one of the few things is going to happen now at this point. Is he going to be a villain or is he going to be an anti-hero? Because there's a big difference between a villain and an anti-hero. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, people, but a villain and an anti-hero are a different fucking thing. And with James Gunn, he doesn't know the difference either, apparently. Creature Commandos, Suicide Squad, Guardians of the Galaxy, Peacemaker. Every movie and TV show that he has decided to do is a group of ragtag misfits that always try to come together to take down the big bad. James Gunn is not directing this. I can guarantee you, with a shadow of a doubt, that he is going to have still direct involvement in this. It's even got his style of music, but you know what? Not too bad. So there we go. That's what we're going to be looking at this point. James Gunn needs to understand the difference between a villain and an anti-hero. Is he going to turn this into a freaking horror movie? Yeah, it's got the potential for it. I'm not going to deny that. But you actually do what you're supposed to do. We're honestly going to see how this goes. Because let's face it, James Gunn's career as the head of DC Studios is depending on the success of Men of Tomorrow. Superman flopped, right? No matter how you want to look at it, it was not the box office success that he wanted. It's just the way it is. It was a mediocre movie. It performed as an average movie would. When you come back before that with what? Peacemaker? Did anyone want a Peacemaker series? No. No, you did not. Did anybody want a Creature Commando show? No. No, you did not. You could have done a Green Lanterns movie. Not called fucking Lanterns. You could have made that into a movie. You might have had some good success with that, maybe, if you actually would have done it right. But now, what do you have? Supergirl. You have a drunk college girl who's going to be getting gang banged on a planet somewhere. That's what you're going to have. That is where you were at this point. And if you want to try and tell me that Supergirl is going to break $1 billion, you are out of your fucking mind. That movie is going to be lucky to break maybe 350, maybe. And I'm being nice. That's kind of a rarity for me. I'm going to be freaking blunt and honest about it. It's not. It is going to flop. Sure. I want it to be good. It could be good. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. But his job as a head of DC Studios is going to depend on Man of Tomorrow, which is already starting. Because everything that Tom Reese Harris is going to be doing, it looks like it. Clayface is supposed to be your average pretty boy who is Clayface. Okay. You can be a pretty boy. Yeah, I could see it. Look at that Fucking jawline. Look at that shit. I'd fucking kill to have that jawline. But I'll have it. Even when you look at the poster, Clayface, all right, looks pretty good. You're trying to set this up as a horror movie. Yeah, someone could see it as a horror movie. Not a lot of people are going to know or honestly expect a Clayface movie. Not many people know who Clayface even fucking is. He's a pretty boy actor who gets his face carved up after a guy attacks him with a knife. He undergoes a procedure. That's where he gets his powers. All right. Now, what's going to happen at that point? To a villain or an anti hero? There's a difference. Anti-heroes are anti-heroes. Villains are fucking villains. That's the point. The biggest point I can think of is Venom. Venom's a villain. Carnage is a villain. These guys with these superhero movies don't know the fucking difference, and they screw that shit up. Carnage, at one point, even Venom, they're on a plane, bites someone's head off, and throws it down the fucking alleyway of the plane like a bowling ball. That wasn't in the movie. Well, because they're not going to do that. Is this guy going to be capable of giving us a proper Clayface movie? I don't fucking know. Are we at the point now where we can try and give DC Studios the benefit of the doubt? Because the only biggest thing that look, hey, I'll admit it. I don't give a shit. I'm a Snyder bro. All right. But I'm a realistic Snyder bro. Zack Snyder ain't ever coming back. Henry Cavill ain't ever coming back. Just fucking deal with it and get over it. That's the way it is at this point. All right. Face facts, tough tits. Move on. Clayface, here we are now with James Gunn. The Batman had no problems. Made good money. I quite enjoyed it. Pattinson surprised the hell out of all of us. Pretty good. Sure, you can nitpick it. No problem. The Penguin had no right being as good as it was. And it was awesome. I guarantee James Gunn was throwing shit at the wall in his office, just getting pissed off because of how good the Penguin was, because it put Peacemaker, Creature Commandos to shame. Put it to shame. Is anybody talking about Peacemaker still? No. No, you're not. Is anybody talking about Creature Commandos still? No. No, you're not. Some time has passed. You're still going to have people talking about the Penguin because it was that good. Colin Farrell kicked ass. No one's talking about anything else. The only thing that people are talking about at this point regarding DC is the merger deal. The fact that James Gunn is doing a shitty job. Is anybody really excited for Supergirl? Honestly. Is anybody really excited for Supergirl? Not really. Not many people are. If that at best. All right, fine. But here we are. Because now Clayface is going to be. So what? Let's go through this. We're going to go through this puppy one more time. See if we actually know what the fuck I'm doing for once. Probably not, but here we are. All right. Yes, he gets attacked by a knife. Wielding suspecting he's in the hospital. That's what happens with Clayface. You cannot tell me that James Gunn is not going to have his direct involvement in it. Even though James Gunn is not directing this movie, I can guarantee he was put on set and decided to just sit there and wait. And that is where we are at this point. I just want to get on here quickly and check this thing out. Thank you, everybody that decided to stop by. I appreciate it. I will be doing a video on this. Hope you all enjoyed it. Take care.